Gary's got the most crucial of the midfield three. His job is to pick up Eric Gates and to stop Eric Gates playing. Because when we played here 4 weeks ago, most of the attacking moves came through Eric Gates, who was roaming free between Alan Brazil and Paul Mariner. So today, he's delegated to pick up Eric Gates, and whichever one of those two wins the battle, I'm sure their side will win the match. Because if Eric Gates gets free, he's a good turner, I'm sure he's going to pick up the space behind John Gidman and exploit that. And by the same rule, if Gary wins the battle, then he's going to release the ball for John Gidman overlapping on the right-hand side, or even switch it out to Joe McBride.
What has Peter Eastoe going to do?
Peter's going to push that bit forward. We're hoping he's going to push forward onto John Wark. He stopped John Wark getting it get round by his ankles and harass him. And that leaves sort of Andy King on the left-hand side of midfield, which is a bit unusual for Andy. But he's a good player, and he'll do a good job there on Franz Thiessen. And obviously their third man in midfield, the Ipswich, is Arnold Muren, who hangs back. He's he's almost placed in front of their left back. So John Gidman's going to have to go in and mark him tightly.
And here's a complete check on the Everton lineup. George Wood, recalled last week, keeps his place in goal, even though Martin Hodge is now fit. And Billy Wright has recovered from the knee injury he got in midweek. Then there are the three you've just been hearing about in the thick of things in midfield. And if Everton are looking for encouragement, the last time this trio played together in attack, they all three scored. That was against Wigan in the 4th round. While Blatchford, indeed, recalled today after being left out for 3 games, has scored in every round of the FA Cup so far. But wearing number 9 for Ipswich is another England centre-forward, Paul Mariner. He scored on his last 2 visits here, and he showed his current form with a hat-trick last Saturday. But despite that 6-0 victory over Manchester United, Ipswich make changes today. Kevin Beattie reverts to substitute, with Mick Mills returning to his preferred position at left-back. John Wark returns after missing last week's game because of a bereavement, and up front, Paul Mariner's partner is Alan Brazil. Every member of that squad except the goalkeeper has scored this season, and 4 of them are in double figures. John Hunting from Leicester is today's referee, a lecturer in physical education, a FIFA referee for the last 6 years. And in today's programme, Everton manager Gordon Lee recalls that a month ago Ipswich won here by 4 goals to 0, and he says ever since then, this is the tie we wanted in the Cup. We have a score to settle. In this first half, Everton playing from right to left, white shorts, dark blue tops, Ipswich in their change strip. John Bailey to take the first throw-in of this 6th round tie. Nixon with a lot of space. Stewart made a run through the middle, but the ball cut out, and it's Tyson for Ipswich. Linesman flagging, but the referee waving them on. Advantage play. Paul Cooper, one of 6 in today's 12 with an FA Cup winners' medal for Ipswich. And as always on the big occasions at Goodison Park, plenty of atmosphere here. Eastoe couldn't take it with him. Burley's throw to Tyson. Tyson coming away from King. That's a little duel we may see more of as the game progresses. Tyson again. Mills. Muren. And then Tyson. Lyons calling out Wood. George Wood had a big test, making his comeback last week in the Derby game. Butcher's clearance wasn't a good one. Gidman. Gidman again with Kidd going out to meet him. Gidman playing the one in deep, and that looked like a penalty, not given. Referee may have been obscured, may have decided it was a dive. He certainly made no motion at all to blow his whistle. Not a blink of an eyelid then from Mr. Hunting. Kidd. Bride. Burley with it. Bailey coming to take the throw. And Lyons up supporting him. Challenge from Brazil, and it's gone right through to Cooper. That's played early and chased up by Brazil with Mariner beside him. Important header won by Billy Wright. Now it's Tyson for Ipswich. Chased back by King to rob him. Both sides claiming the throw. And the referee says it's Everton's. Kidd. King. Gates stopped. Easter. Foul given against Osman. And the kick quickly taken by Megson. Kidd. Latchford in the middle. McBride. And that's Gidman who'd stayed up. And Mexon's header is deflected, but Cooper can get to it. Megson in a good position. Got the header. The cross from Gidman. Mexon's header was deflected, and that helped Cooper. Mariner breaking right, Gates through the middle. That's played for Gates. And he's in for a shot, and he's just curled it over. Eric Gates, the man whose runs from deep worried Manchester United, getting away here, pursued by Megson, still gets his shot over Wood, but it just curls over the angle. So there was a foul on Kidd, and it is given. Butcher was the culprit. Signal from Billy Wright. Now it's played up towards Latchford. McBride. 9 back for Ipswich, and they contrive to keep out the cross at the expense of a corner. There's going to be a real scramble in that 6-yard area. Paul Cooper jostling for a view, and it's a testing one for him, and all he can do is in fact the sensible thing, turning it out on the far side. Not the tallest of goalkeepers, Paul Cooper, and under a lot of pressure then. McBride going across to see if he can test him again. Just look how congested it is in front of him. Gidman crossing. Cleared by Mills. Robbie Robson with the fur-collared overcoat there on the Ipswich bench. Gidman has it easy because Gates had slipped. Kidd on his own, but King breaking to support him. Kidd again. Gidman to his right, but prefers the option to his left, which is Bailey. Bailey had a yard or two of space, but he hasn't any longer. There's McBride. That's a good-looking cross. Butcher's header isn't very far, but Walk helps the ball out of the area. Gidman playing a good one now for McBride. And McBride carried it too close to Tyson. And Tyson is emerging as an important player for Ipswich in this opening 20 minutes. Burley. That's a good ball, chased in by Brazil. Lyons gets to it. And Brazil, I thought, followed through a little bit there on Lyons. No complaint, though, from the Everton man. turn by Gates again. Just in a moment we should see Butcher arriving. There he is, having to stand on the near post. Eric Gates running out and taking Gidman with him, and Mills swings in the corner, up in the angle, and it's another chance for him to try again. Bailey on the near post, number 3. Mills waiting to take the corner again. This time hit a bit wider. Latchford. Walk. Given back to him by Butcher. Brazil. Wriggled it out well. And Mariner was coming in, and that was a good save by Wood. It was a very cunning ball played in by Brazil with the right foot. Useful ball in after he made himself the space. And Mariner is coming in here, and Wood has to make a good, quick, brave save. Brazil. No pressure on right, so he was allowed time to think what to do. Kids flick on with the head. Gidman. And when Everton attack, Gidman seems to take on pretty much a free role. He's turned up a lot in support, through the middle, down the right, and now down the left. So many players in the 6-yard area must pose problems for Cooper. Sure, he was pleased to see that one whiz across the face of the area. Murin to Mariner. Murin again. Brazil. Gates. Ball is given. Little word with the bench from Mick Mills as he places the ball for the free kick. Mariner, flick off to Brazil. Now can he turn? It's cleared by Eastoe to Latchford, whose header took it back in, then Wright takes it out again. Walk, and now here's Brazil in the clear and onside. Saved by Wood, and he may have been hurt in the process. Did very well there, and that was, I'm sure, very painful for George Wood. There was no offside here. Brazil absolutely in the clear, and Wood coming out, trapped that right in the groin. Burley, Gates head, then right forward for Everton. Butcher. George Wood still just a little bit under the weather from that very good save he made from Brazil. Walk, Brazil, Mariner, he's through here and he's tripped. That could be a booking for John Bailey. No, Mr. Hunting just sends him away. But it looked there as though Mariner had a chance to go clear on goal. Is insisting on a good 10 yards here for the defensive wall. Burley, Walk, then Mariner challenging, Walk crossing, and it's out of play for a goal kick. Well, George Wood has been exposed 2 or 3 times and has dealt with each of the challenges very well indeed. Bailey's right pass intercepted by Gates. Walk playing it then for Mariner, and Wood is coming in a hurry again. Mariner turning it in. It's out for a goal kick. But Ipswich are beginning to find their way through and behind this Everton back four, and George Wood is now beginning to ask for tighter cover. Butcher doing the signalling. Kid against Osman. Gidman. Gidman crossing well, not quite far enough. Eastoe, can he find room for a shot? It was blocked by Butcher, and now Tyson's little dummy just finds him the important yard of space, and he coolly clips it back to Cooper. Such calm and such confident skill in his own penalty area. Burley, offside, Mariner caught again. The way Tyson sorted out that in the penalty area a minute or two ago isn't what you recommend to schoolboys, but it's the class of a real international. Taking the throw to Kidd and back again. And then Gidman crossing, and that's found Latchford, and it's a goal. Bob Latchford keeps his record going in this season's FA Cup. A goal in every round so far, and that one a goal of classic simplicity. The throw to Gidman, Gidman's right foot cross, deep beyond the far post, and Latchford's header beats Cooper, and it's inside that post. Ipswich a goal behind at Goodison Park after 28 minutes. Everton take the lead through Bob Latchford. And that has really set Goodison Park afire. Bob Latchford's 11th goal of the season. There hasn't been a lot to sing about at Goodison Park this season, but they're happy now. The goal has given the cup tie exactly what it needed. It was keen and competitive before, but there is real tension, real electricity now. Right. Bailey. Gidman again in this free roll and trying the shot. It was a cracker. John Gidman picking up in midfield. Everton content just to leave three at the back. Gidman profiting from the freedom, and he's no more than a yard wide. Terry Butcher. Mariner going left, Brazil right. Pass disappoints Butcher, as well it might. Gates stopped by Gidman, but at the expense of a throw. Gates' attempted cross blocked by Gidman again, and it's a corner for Ipswich. Ipswich tending to stay wider at corners than Everton do at the other end, so the 6-yard area is a little bit clearer as Mills shapes to take this one. And that was Osman coming in behind. Mariner helped up by Tyson to Mills. Murin. Mills looking for a way in. Tyson. Gates. Tyson. Dummy to turn outside. The ball tangled up in his feet. Still gets it back. Mills. Run from him by Eastoe. Brazil. Burley making a burst outside him. Bailey coming to challenge. Cross goes into Brazil, the back header. There's Walk turning it out, and a quick shot from Muren goes wide. Kidd. Eastoe. It's a quick recovery, and that's going to be a corner. Played much too far wide of Cooper. Mills making sure that the cover is right. Ipswich have just left Alan Brazil upfield, otherwise they have 10 men in and around their own penalty area. Mexon now makes a dash, takes somebody out of the middle, but Cooper catches as Kidd came in from the back. Mills. Tyson taking it from Muren. Burley outside him on his right, and on the run through Walk. Tried the looping header over Wood, but looped it far too high. John Walk won 9 full caps for Scotland last year. It was very high from Wood, and Walk got his head to it. Brazil and Muren, Mariner, Gates, and Gates has such swift and deft touches that he makes space out of almost nothing, but his shooting there was very deficient. Kidd benefiting from Latchford's flick on. Burley, Tyson. And that's a good ball from Tyson, finding Muren. And he's now gone to support him, but Muren plays the ball forward that finds Mariner in an offside position. Most of Paul Mariner's best work in this first half has been done coming off the defenders. Foul is given, and that's an Everton free kick in the last seconds of this first half. If they could conjure something from this, they could really go in a commanding position. It's a 4-man wall at the moment. Cooper wanting his right hand upright covered. Lifted over by King, and Latchford chasing it, but couldn't turn it. The free kick just played in. Latchford gets up with the head, chases it in himself. Cooper comes out, and he can't turn it in. So we are now well into time that Mr. Hunting is adding on in this first half. And there is the whistle that takes them in, and a very happy position it is too for Everton. Bob Latchford, the scorer after 28 minutes and 28 seconds of the first half. His 11th goal of the season, sending in Everton in their 6th round FA Cup tie, leading Ipswich 1-0. Welcome back to Goodison Park, where Everton lead Ipswich 1-0. And if you had to pick out one player from the first half, I think the credit goes to John Gidman, who's done well in restricting Eric Gates, and when Everton have attacked, has always been prominent and has always been there supporting, and indeed made the goal for Bob Latchford with a very fine cross. So it's 1-0 as we await the start of the second half. Interesting reflection on the bookmakers' attitude to this game. Before the third round, Everton were 14 to 1 to win the cup, and they were still that before this game. Ipswich, meanwhile, had shortened from 18 to 1 to 9 to 2. And they will kick off in the second half, now playing from right to left. Butcher. Jump by Lyons. Burley forward. King's pass goes out of play. Got a bit of sunshine in his second half. Murin, Walk, Murin again, and Wood well positioned. And in the end, it wasn't too difficult to save. Murin probably should have tested him more. There's a clear view of the goal when the ball comes back to him off the defender. Latchford wins it for Kidd. Eastoe. McBride. He's gone past Burley and Burley trips him. The Ipswich defender was well beaten, and there was no doubt about the free kick. A lot of movement in the 6-yard area now, with decoy runs all over the shop. The cross didn't find the man. Burley didn't get it clean away, and here's Kidd. Latchford in the middle, and so is Lyons, but Ipswich bring it away. Kidd. No foul. Kidd gets a foot to it. Cleared by Osmond. The pressure building up from Everton, and Ipswich can't find a way of springing it at the moment. And they'll be under the collar again from this free kick with a trip on Megson. Arnie Murin was the offender. King. Lyons rising. Handball. Well, it's not given, but there was certainly a hand up there. And Lyons is infuriated. Mr. Hunting unimpressed. Played in, and there is an offside flag now. And that's a free kick to Everton, but the fans clearly think there should have been a penalty here. Well, that looked certainly like handball. Eastoe. Bride stood back and left it to Megson, but it's worked for Everton. Kidd missed kicks, and Ipswich really don't look very secure. They are clearly under pressure, and they were a bit at 6s and 7s in the penalty area then. And when McBride turned the cross in, Kidd just couldn't somehow make firm and crisp contact with the shot. But Ipswich at the moment looking anything but an unbeatable side. Burley's header, Gidman, Kidd, King, Eastoe making the run, header away by Walk, Mills, Gates, Burley driving it well to Brazil, and what a good move this is building here, but it broke down with the pass to Murin. One of the best and certainly most ambitious moves that we've seen put together by Ipswich. Osman leads his keeper. Quarter of an hour gone in this second half. Mills. Foul by Mariner. No, it's given the other way. Foul on Mariner. Wasn't a very good ball from Mills for Gates, and Gidman robbed him. And then plays a pass that looked very dangerous. Billy Wright just thumped it away, but it was played dangerously close to Brazil. Butcher. Mills. Mariner's header just laying it off, but nobody there. Burley was coming in, but he didn't arrive in time to beat Wood. Gates. Osman. Mariner, this could be dangerous. It was a good shot on the turn, but Wood saw it all the way. Good bit of skill there from Paul Mariner. Set up for him, turned well and shot well, but a good save from Wood. Foul on Kidd. Oh, the referee has played them on. Tyson to Muren. Mariner. Control let him down and Mixon nipped in. Mariner goes after him and fouls him. Gary Mixon, playing only his 6th game since his transfer from Plymouth. It has looked very much as though he's enjoyed the experience. Kevin Beattie, meanwhile, warming up for Ipswich. Nixon with the throw. Kidd back to him, and he's got a lot of space here. Opportunity to look before crossing, and should perhaps have found a man. Eastow's attempt closed down. Now it's Bailey. Problems here. Cooper just getting to it. Looked very dangerous with McBride lurking. Good header by Lyons. Gidman turning it on. This kick completely by Mills, but there was no danger from Everton. Osman brings it over the halfway line for Ipswich. And plays a very bad pass too. Ipswich have been shaken right out of their well-grooved stride today. Everton have broken up their rhythm in midfield. They've applied pressure, and Ipswich's response now is to bring on their substitute Kevin Beattie in place of John Walk. Referee holding play up so that the switch can be made. John Walk, who missed last week's game because of the death of his father, perhaps hasn't trained fully, gives way to Kevin Beattie. Mills is going to go into midfield. It looks very much like an all-out commitment to attack, because Beattie has taken up a position up front. Foul on Kidd, only a yard outside the penalty area. Wonder if Everton can do the trick here. Cooper prepares to marshal his defences. Slap bang in the middle. Placing the ball, I'd have thought, a good 5 or 6 yards deeper than where the incident actually happened. Tricky for the goalkeeper, this one. It's right in the middle. He doesn't seem entirely sure that the wall is covering his right-hand post. King for Kidd. It's good enough! Cooper was worried about that wall all the time, and he was dead right. You can see there the gap to the left, and Kidd finds it unerringly. Ball was swerving away from Cooper, and Everton surely have got it now. Jubilation behind that Gladys Street goal. Jubilation on the field among the blue shirts of Everton. Brian Kidd scores his 16th goal of the season. So what a turn up here. Ipswich very much on everyone's shortlist as potential cup winners for most of the season, are now 2 goals down, and we've just about 12 minutes left. Everton, for whom very little has been going right, finding the right sort of charge on the day. Since they beat Nottingham Forest on New Year's Day, Everton's only victories have been in the FA Cup. But the advantage of 4 successive home ties. They must keep their calm and cool now. They're appealing for a penalty, Ipswich are, but they're not going to get it. Throw taken up to Mills. And was that handball? Looked as though it may have been, but if it was, well, probably it cancelled out the one at the other end. Murin to Mariner. Got the benefit of the bounce and gets a good shot away, but wide. Well, they're really loving this. Dreams of Wembley beginning to assume hard reality now. Kidd. Still Kidd, and that's a good cross where there are men free. Excellent shot saved by Cooper with his legs. Easter, and again it's Cooper. Well, with just over 5 minutes to go, Everton can probably afford to miss them, but that was one really spurned. Mexon seemed to side-foot it, and Cooper just turned it away. Butcher. Long way back for Cooper, who must make haste to get it up to the other end. It was a good header by Wright. 3 minutes to go now. Mariner. Flick didn't work, trying to get Murin in. Some tired legs out there. Everton have really given their all to get from this game something to make up for all the disappointments of the rest of their season, and how well they've succeeded. Murin to Mills. Gates beaten to it, that time by Lyons. Tyson. Beattie goes down, and the foul is awarded. Just about 2 minutes to go. You saw Mr. Hunting take a check at his watch then. Two minutes as Mills steps back and then hits the right foot free kick. It was deflected, and it's a corner. Golden afternoon for Everton, ending in golden sunshine. Tyson's free kick, headed at the near post, and then Beattie gets one back. Now then, a minute and a half left. Is it enough? That goal had been threatening with the pressure that had been created. Header at the near post, and then Beattie soars above them all to turn it in. 2-1 it is, and we are certainly in for a tense last minute or so here. Everton all turning to shake fists at each other, to screw each other up. All they have to do is be sensible, concentrated and calm, and still the victory must be theirs. Ball into touch. Burley with the throw. All the urgency now on the Ipswich side. High and long from Burley. Bailey into touch. Brazil chasing it for the quick throw. The big climax at Goodison Park. 30 seconds left. Shaping for a long throw. Not very long. Mills gets ahead to it. It's a goal kick. No, it's a corner. Muren. Can the Dutchman's left foot conjure a last-minute escape for Ipswich? It's a good corner, and it was a good punch by Wood, and King helps it out. On the Everton bench, no sign of elation. They've had too many disappointments this season to celebrate prematurely. Kidd. Latchford in the middle. Hardly anybody else able to raise the energy to get up to that end of the field. They know that while the ball is there, all is well. Still we go on. It's an Ipswich throw. Ball goes back to Cooper as the quickest way of getting it to the other end. Cooper with the throw, with the long kick rather. Headed by Lyons, but Everton have done it. They've knocked out Ipswich. Gordon Lee off the bench. A handshake from Bobby Robson, jubilation for the Gladys Street crowds, and goals by Bob Latchford and Brian Kidd see Everton into the semi-final of the FA Cup.